So this is something that I've kind of been going back and forth with on whether or not, to admit this sort of thing, cuz it's kind of hard to show vulnerability on the internet sometimes cuz nobody likes to be judged. And I feel like my internal conflict was, are people going to judge me by being open and honest about this? But then I realized, like, I like my audience. I appreciate my audience. I appreciate the people who watch my videos, whether they watch it because they like me or they watch it because they hate me. So maybe, this isn't going to be something that I'm judged on, but I have a confession. I can't play every video game in the world. Nobody can. But there are certain games that I have never played that honestly will shock you. And you might look at me a little bit different with this sort of knowledge. But I'm hoping that me being open, that me being honest about these games and kind of explaining why I haven't played them and, giving some sort of, insight as to whether I think I'll ever play them or not, maybe, just maybe you'll show a little bit of mercy on me. Now, this is tough. This is tough. This is me showing my true self, showing my vulnerability. The first game I want to talk about is actually a franchise of games, and that is the Persona franchise of games. I have never played a Persona game. I've played Shin Megami Tensei games. I remember playing one on the PlayStation 2. I played Strange Journey, I believe it was, on the Nintendo DS, which was like a first-person dungeon crawler. But I've never played a Persona game because honestly, they just don't look appealing to me. I don't care about the setting. I don't care about being in high school and, dealing with relationships and stuff. Like I lived in high school, and I'm sure this high school experience is nothing like the one that I went through. And I know that there's memorable characters. I know that there's fan favorites such as Joker. I remember when Joker was announced for Smash Brothers, I was excited because I thought it was Joker from Batman. And I was like, oh, wow. I wonder which one it is. Is it going to be Jack Nicholson, Cesar Romero? That would be super cool. And then no, it was the dude from Persona. And there's a lot of Persona games out there, and there's like gold editions and royal editions. Like, where would I even start? Are they all interconnected? I don't know. But what I do know is I have never played a Persona game. And am I ever going to play a Persona game? I have no intention to. I have no intention to. I'm sure they are fantastic, awesome games, but I just have no intention on ever playing a Persona game. The next game I want to talk about, a little bit of cheating with the terminology, but this is something that, is a little bit more known about me. I've never played a Halo campaign. I have never, ever played a Halo campaign. I've actually never played Halo 1, but beyond that, every single Halo game, I have never played the campaign. And I kind of have to explain why that is, because I feel like that's something I'm judged for. Spawnwave judges me for that all the time. But my introduction to Halo was very different than a lot of other people's. I didn't have an Xbox growing up. The first time I ever played an Xbox and played Halo 2 was when I worked at GameStop, and the manager would basically put together, a couple CRTs and link cables, and we would play the multiplayer of Halo 2, and I absolutely loved it. Like, it was super fun, and, we would have after-hours parties at the store, really good times, really good memories. You'd have your friends come through, It was a really good time, and I loved the multiplayer in Halo 2, so the manager of the store actually modded I bought an Xbox and he modded it for me so that I could play Halo 2. Now, because I had a modded Xbox, I couldn't play Halo 2 on Xbox Live. I had to play on X-Link Kai, which I don't even know if that's still around anymore, but it was basically a multiplayer service for people with a modded Xbox. And then Halo 3 came out, and I bought Halo 3, but I never played the story. And then Reach, I never played the story. Halo 5, Halo Infinite, whatever. I never played a Halo story. And I don't think I care. I don't care about the Covenant. I don't care about Cortana. Like, I'm playing these games for the multiplayer. And there are so many Halo campaigns now, and I'm sure they're all interconnected. I don't recall anyone saying, oh, this is a complete reboot of the Halo franchise in terms of storytelling. I would be lost. I would be confused. Like a puppy left out in a field all alone. Where do I go? What do I do? Where am I? So no. Much like the Persona franchise, I don't see myself ever playing a Halo campaign. But I will play the hell out of some multiplayer. Now let's get a little spicy here. This one will probably come as a shock to a lot of people, because this is one of my favorite franchises. It's a franchise that has deviations to it, different types of games within it. And this is actually my favorite form of the genre that this franchise represents. But I've never played this game. And that is Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Nintendo Wii. Now, I love Super Mario Galaxy 1. I played the hell out of that game. I beat it multiple times on my Nintendo Wii. And then they made Super Mario Galaxy 2, and I never bought it. I never played it. I never thought to myself, I really want to play this game. And I know that they included good old Yoshi into the world. And the thing is, like, I like Super Mario Galaxy's mechanics. I like the way that the worlds are. I like the physics in the game. I like the creative, worlds that you visit within it. But when Galaxy 2 came out, I was kind of like done with the Wii. I was playing more Xbox 360. I was playing more PlayStation 3 stuff. And I never got around to playing Super Mario Galaxy. And I think that out of all the games so far that I've talked about, this is a game that I would play if it was easily available. Yes, I have a million different, retro devices that have it on it. But I'm talking about from a release on a current platform. Like the fact that you did Galaxy 1 and not Galaxy 2 on the Nintendo Switch with the 3D Mario All-Stars collection. Like, that's ridiculous. If this game was available to play on a Nintendo Switch or a Switch successor, I would play it. 100% I would play it. But without it being on, because, there's motion controls and stuff like that on the Wii, this, that, or the other. It's like, do I really want to mess with that? I would rather have a more modern control scheme, and you can hack things, in emulators and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Like, I would like to play it, but it does kind of hold me back that it is kind of stuck on the Wii. Like, come on, Nintendo. Let people play this game, because I feel like there are others out there who just had moved on from the Wii and never played Super Mario Galaxy 2. But if time permitted and there was an ease of use to playing it, I would play it. The next game we're going to talk about is a game that I've played the sequel. I enjoyed the sequel, but I never played the original, and that is Half-Life. Now, I never played Half-Life because, it was stuck on PC. I didn't have a personal computer to play video games on. And although I have multiple personal computers now that could easily play the game, I've never gotten around to playing it. I did, to be clear, I did dabble a little bit in the Dreamcast version, since I have a modded Dreamcast. I got to the point where you got to the reactor very early in the game. Things go crazy. You leave, and then I got killed by like a rogue laser beam. And I was like, oh, okay. That's kind of neat. And then I realized the game didn't autosave. And I thought it did. I didn't realize that I had to do my own saves. So, yeah, suffice to say, that was it for me. I had moved on from it. Now, I like Half-Life 2 a lot. I think it's a super fun game. Would I play Half-Life, though? I think if Half-Life 3 was announced, I would go back and play Half-Life 1. Because you'd have a reason to. I would probably go back and play Half-Life 2 as well. Because it's been a very long time since I played that game, and I don't remember, a whole hell of a lot about it. So with that, you know, essentially being a trilogy, it's a lot easier to play, you know, your mainline games within the franchise to get up to speed, unlike a game like Halo. But I've never played like the original Half-Life. I don't, you know, I feel like I'm missing out on something with that. And given the chance to, I probably would, but that chance has never come. At least not yet. And the final game is probably the most shocking. And I'm going to catch heat for this. But that's okay. You know, I've come to terms with this. And I am now of the mindset that unless this gets a remake or a remaster, I'm probably never going to play it. And that is Chrono Trigger. I have never played Chrono Trigger. And when I say I have never played Chrono Trigger, I have never played 5 minutes of the game. I didn't own a Super Nintendo growing up. I owned a Sega Genesis. So I played Phantasy Star 4 instead. Chrono Trigger is considered to be one of the greatest RPGs of all time, one of Squaresoft's best RPG experiences ever, and I've never played a second of it. The game ended up getting re-released as well on the Nintendo DS, and I was a die-hard DS fan, but for whatever reason, I never bought it on the Nintendo DS either. I've actually played Chrono Cross more than I've played Chrono Trigger. And I'm not sure why. Like, it's a great game. Everyone loves the game. But for some reason, we've just never crossed paths. And I feel like, you know, you can go back and play a 16-bit RPG. No problem whatsoever. But I feel like we're on a precipice of where this game is probably going to get something for the modern era. I mean, Square Enix is just firing out all these remakes and remasters, and RPGs are some of the best, you know, to do remakes and remasters of and quality of life improvements. And I think I would play it then. I would definitely play this over Persona or something like that, you know. But as it stands now, I've never touched, I can't tell you a single thing about this game. All I know is the intro screen. It's got the little pendulum thing. That's it. That's all I can tell you about Chrono Trigger. And that's going to get me some heat in the comments. But you know what? This video is therapeutic for me. It's good to be honest with people. Because I'm sure there are games that you haven't played that I would be completely shocked with. There are people who have not played Shenmue, Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, what? Huh? Excuse me? Like, that's bizarre to me. But we're not here to judge each other. We're here to let things out. And I want the comment section of this video to be therapeutic for you. Tell me what games you haven't played on. Give me your confessions. These are my confessions. And we can all just understand that for whatever reason, some games just pass us by. And maybe at some point in life, we'll be at a crossroads and we'll be able to play those games. But maybe not. And I don't think anyone is better or worse for that. It's like the paths of life. Everyone goes in a different path. Give me your thoughts on my list in the comments section down below. Please don't be too harsh. Like I said, I am opening up here. And tell me your games. Tell me what you haven't played in your life that you feel like you might be judged on. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Kind of a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but hey, we like to have fun on this channel. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.